Post GP of Austria, here we go. Decent race, not the best, not the worst. We have a lot to talk about. Max taken out by Kimi, fire for Carlos Sainz, you know, lot of things. Almost crashes between Piastri and Norris. That is a lot to talk about. So welcome. By the way, before we go, please drop a big like to help the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Comment with what do you think about the race now or also after the video. What do you think also about my opinions? Yeah, let's start as always ranking the top 20 drivers, obviously all the drivers, ranking from the bottom to the top. So we're going to start with Carlos Sainz, and Carlos Sainz for me is not judgeable. Obviously he did only the quali, so we can judge the quali. Obviously that was pretty messy, but he had also some problems. I know, we know, so I will not really judge him for his performance in this weekend. But if we have to give a rate, obviously it would be a 4 or a 5 if we look at the quali. Destroyed again by Albon, lots of problems in the start of the season by Carlos Sainz, the same as Lewis Hamilton, something like that. Okay, to be compared. So very bad performance for Sainz anyway. He couldn't start a Grand Prix for a technical issue. He had issues in the quali, so maybe he could have done better result in quali. But yeah, not ideal. P19 retired. Sainz didn't even start, obviously, as you know. Antonelli retired DNF at lap 1, P19. Not the best quali for Andrea Antonelli, P9, but also Mercedes' mistake to, you know, he was the last driver in the pit lane, so he took the check on flag, and so he wasn't able to do another lap. So maybe, okay, but I don't think he could have beaten Russell. So the qualifying, unlucky to be honest in the quali, more than slow, maybe, okay. But then, you know, the Mercedes wasn't there this weekend. But then in the race, very big mistake. Is unacceptable in a way. You know, he's still a rookie, so okay. You know, I'm a big fan of Kimi Antonelli. You know, I'm Italian, so it's like my second favorite driver. Okay, after Charles Leclerc. So you know, but this mistake is really a huge mistake. He's still a rookie, so okay. But very unlucky Verstappen. Oh my god. By the way, Andrea Antonelli with a crash as well. 5 out of 10, some 4.5 or 5 out of 10, somewhere there. I would say 5 out of 10 because he's still a rookie and etc. The qualifying was unlucky, so okay. Lock up the rear and completely crash into Verstappen. Happens. Verstappen started from there as well, for example, you know, from a lot of crashes, so you know, happens. But he now has to switch off. He can do that probably. Switch off and focus on the next Grand Prix, Silverstone. That with 3 positions, great penalty as well. We know he has, and yeah, let's see how he goes there. By the way, P18 retired as well. Max Verstappen. This was, you know, big. Because even if the gap is big after Barcelona, I was still hoping and I was still thinking Verstappen could really fight for the championship, etc. There was a small percentage of me that was saying he can still fight. Let's hope for it. But now after also this retire and McLaren want to, it's really tough. You know, I'm still believing in it. To be honest, I still believing that Verstappen can maybe fight for the championship. But he also said that he's not really thinking about the championship anymore after Austria, maybe also after Barcelona. I don't know. So it's very tough. You know, it's almost impossible to fight for the championship now for Verstappen. Apart if McLaren suddenly slow down, okay, with some technical directions or some upgrades from other teams, okay. Apart from that, will be a fight between the McLarens. But yeah, very lucky Verstappen. Nothing we can really say about his weekend. Very unfortunate quali. He could have been in P3, P4. So he could also avoid the crash of Kimi Antonelli. What an unlucky Verstappen. Yellow flags in the quali for Gasly that spun ahead. Also Piastri took that yellow flag. But Verstappen started P7 and yeah, very lucky collisions. I expected Max to just be so angry and etc. after the crash, but probably it wasn't because he already knew that would have been a very tough race. No, I don't think he could have scored a very good result, maybe a P5. If he was a bit lucky as well, maybe. I'm not sure he could have beaten Russell even if Russell wasn't that fast. But yeah, P17 retired as well. Alexander Albon didn't really understand why he retired, basically. Probably just boxed to retire the car, okay? He did a really good quali, P12 quali for Alexander Albon. And yeah. So beating his teammate, obviously by a bit. So it's showing that he's better, at least this season. Alexander Albon, which is good. Then in the race, yeah, probably had some issues, or I don't know. So nothing really to say about this race, honestly. Oh yeah, we have to. No, yeah, we can't judge Verstappen, sorry. And we can't really judge Albon, but if I have to judge Albon compared to Sainz, obviously Sainz I gave like a 5 out of 10. I would give Sainz a 5 out of 10 if he would have done the race. And so same goes to Alexander Albon, but with a 6.5 out of 10. Beating his teammate by a bit. He's really showing this better this season, at least with this car. P16, Yuki Tsunoda, who started in P18, but yeah, he gained 3 positions because of the tires. So like last of the drivers that concluded the race, the only car to be lapped twice. Very bad, Yuki. Actually, very bad. Nothing really to say. He had a crash with Colapinto. 10 seconds time penalty, all fair. But yeah, just to be honest, he's driving also stupidly on track. Can I say? Like he almost went into Piastri when Piastri was trying to lap Tsunoda. You know, Colapinto did worst. Okay, but we're going to talk about it. But yeah, Tsunoda did that switch back on Colapinto. That okay, you're fighting, but you have a lap car just behind you that is P2, and then he's trying to catch up the leader. He almost, with a switchback, he almost went into Piastri. But nothing really to say. 4 out of 10 for Tsunoda, maybe 3 out of 10 as well. Yeah, that's 3 out of 10. Lap twice is pain. Very bad. Tsunoda, you know, second seat of Red Bull is like that. But it's not an excuse because Verstappen can drive it, so you have to as well. Colapinto, P15 with the Alpine. P14 in quali is improving, but yeah, he gained a bit of positions because of the tires. He gained 3 positions him as well because of the retirements. Then that stupid move on Piastri that almost pushed him out. And I don't understand why only 5 seconds time penalty. I don't understand why only 5 seconds time penalty. Because forcing another driver off the track is 10 seconds time penalty, force. And then you are also a lapped car, so I think it's even worse. Because you are not even racing. You just have to let him pass. So I think he's not 10. He's not surely 5 seconds, because forcing another driver off the track is 10 seconds, as the rule says. But he's also a lap car. You're also a lap car. You almost killed the driver that is running in P2. My opinion is at least a 20 seconds time penalty. Or a drive-through. Maybe drive-through is exaggerated, but 20 seconds. Fair, to be honest. Yeah, okay, like this. Amazing. Rate to Colapinto. 4 out of 10 for him as well. He almost killed he almost killed Piastri. How do you behave on track? Oh my god. He didn't see him, obviously, but that is a bit, you know. P14 for Lance Stroll. That is paying off right now on Alonso. Alonso that qualified in P11, finished P7. Lance Stroll qualified P16, finished P14. So, and he gained him as well, I think 3 positions, yes. 3 positions for the retirements. So would have finished very further behind. Struggling a lot. Lance Stroll in a pretty good season until now. In the last few races, he's struggling a bit more with these upgrades, while Alonso is really using these upgrades to be faster than his teammate at least. Lance Stroll 4.5 out of 10, behind by a lot on his teammates, so that's very bad for him. Nothing really to say about this race. Didn't see anything really about Stroll this race, so yeah. Gasly P13, he was starting in a very good P10. Actually, Pierre Gasly, but yeah, he lost these positions in the race. He also gained 3 positions for the retirements actually. So not the best race for Gasly, but the Alpine wasn't there really with the pace. All right, so nothing really to say more. I didn't really look the Gasly race, to be honest. Very pretty anonymous race, you know. Yeah, nothing really to say about Gasly. The Alpine wasn't there this weekend, probably in the race pace, and so he did what he could. 6 out of 10, beat his teammate, so he's still that counts obviously. P12, AHHHHH. That is one of my favorite drivers in this season. I'm gonna be honest. He's delivering some very incredible performances with the V car. Struggled a bit more this weekend compared to his teammate as well. Alright. Missed again a quali that cost him the quali. Obviously that he qualified in P13, and then it cost him obviously also the race, because if you're starting back, he's not, even if his Red Bull ring is not ideal to start in the back and to then recover. Or also if you have a pretty good car, because the car gap is really close, and so even if you are a bit faster, you know, it's not ideal, and it's not very easy to pass. Nice weekend from Ajjar, 5 out of 10 in my opinion, compared also to the other weekends that were really good. Maybe 5.5, no, yeah, let's do 5 out of 10 compared to his teammate that is in P6. So yeah, out of the points, but yeah, happens, you know, happens to the experienced drivers. Why can't happen for Isaac Ajjar, that is a rookie? So I'm sure that on Silverstone will do a very good performance, as he always does, compared also to his teammate. But yeah, good Ajjar, like not very good Ajjar this race, but really good season. So looking forward to see him in Silverstone delivering some very incredible performances. P11, Oliver Burman, not the best qualifying for the Haas driver, even if still better than his teammate. So sorry, maybe no, okay, I messed up a bit. Not a bad quality, actually beat his teammate. Yeah, put his car in Q2. That was what he could do actually with this car. Probably car wasn't really there. Compared to his teammate, he beat his teammate in quali. Then in the race, he struggled a bit more compared to his teammate. I didn't see a lot by Berman again, so can't really judge, but I think 6.5 out of 10 for beating his teammate in quali as well. Q2 for him in the qualifying, so not bad. The race finished P11, so almost in the points. Pretty good Berman, pretty solid race. Probably he gained a bit of positions, obviously, for the lap cars. 3 positions, I think. But yeah, still not a bad race and not a bad weekend overall for Oliver Berman. P10 for Esteban Ocon, the other Haas driver. I had all his teammate, but he was starting P17. What a race from Esteban Ocon. Pretty strong pace, good strategies, a lot of efforts into it. He was starting P17, he finished P10. He recovered 3 positions because of 3 positions because of the retired cars. But he did a good job. You know, P10, 1 point for us, very good. For me, it's a 7.5 out of 10. Really good. Ocon keep pushing. Hülkenberg was starting last and he finished P9. What a race from Hülkenberg. Our Hülkenberg. Beat by his teammate in the quali. Messy qualifying by Nick Hülkenberg, which is bad. But then in the race, how he recovered in the race. Very, very good. He's really showing what he's capable of with these upgrades. Also that Mattia Binotto team is, is upgrading the car. And so we're really seeing a much better Kick Sauber. And we're seeing some better results from Hülkenberg and Bortoleto. So, pretty good Hülkenberg. P9 for me is an 8 out of 10. What a comeback, to be honest. What a race. Bortoleto, P8, 4 points in Formula 1. He was starting already in an amazing P8. Q3 for him. Very good teamwork also with his teammate. Hülkenberg just let Bortoleto pass when he had to. So, yeah, pretty normal to be honest, but alright, good. What a stunning weekend for Bortoleto. 4 points in Formula 1, so well done, mates. Congratulations. Q3 with a Kicksauber is very good, even if with this upgrade is much better than us, and probably it's Hulkenberg that messed up a bit more. But still Q3, so, and 4 points in Formula 1, so 9 out of 10. What a stunning performance from Bortoleto. Very good, mate. P7 for the old Fernando Alonso that was starting in P11. Some very good battles with Bortoleto. Side by side, and also very aggressive with the lap cars as well, you know, with Oscar Piastri almost passed Piastri in the last few laps. No, not as I think it was, yeah, sorry. Because he was battling with Bortoleto and he wanted to gain a bit on Bortoleto actually. So Fernando Alonso is the last lap car of this list. The fourth, sorry, lap car of this list. Very good, out qualified by a bit his teammate, and in particular in the race. Mega job from Fernando. 8 out of 10. Very good points from him after a very unlucky start of the season. Now with these upgrades, Aston Martin seems better. And as I said, Fernando is really using these upgrades in the best way, not Lance. P6, what a race, what a weekend for Liam Lawson, that after a very anonymous season, very static season, flat season, destroyed by all the teammates he had, which were Max Verstappen, Yuki Tsunoda, and also Jar in this period. But then this race, this weekend, using also a mistake of a Jar, concluding an amazing P6, best results of his career. And this is what he needed from a few races. He needed this type of performance to really show what he's capable of. And show the world that he can stay in Formula 1 also next year. Let's see, hopefully for him. But will be tough. Will be tough. Even if after this performance, seems pretty good. So, very good Lawson, very good. 9 out of 10. Didn't see a lot of battles by him. He just did a mega weekend from the qualifying, and then in the race he just managed the position. Very good. Finished P6, very good. The force of the others. So, force of the midfield. Amazing race from him. P5, George Russell with the Mercedes. Very anonymous Mercedes. Almost passed by Lawson, actually. You know, 3 seconds of a gap between the two. So, not a very good weekend from the Mercedes. Very bad pace overall. Bad qualifying as well. P5 after the win of Canada. Yeah, definitely. Canada is a track of Mercedes, and we know that. Like, every year they are good there. But yeah, then he had really no pace, no hard performance, etc. So, it's normal. I didn't really expect that. In particular, compared to Ferrari, 30 seconds compared to Ferrari, to the Ferrari second car that is Lewis is a lot. Nothing really to say about George Russell performance, to be honest. 6 out of 10, do what he could do with that car. Bring still not bad points home, and yeah. P4 for Lewis Hamilton, beaten by his teammate as well. Again, but best starting position for Lewis Hamilton overall in Ferrari, and best also finish position from when he is in Ferrari. So better. The gap between Leclerc is closer than ever. Okay, in the final race, apart one race that Hamilton finished ahead of Charles Leclerc. That was Imola, but we know for a different strategy, so it's not really comparable. But now with the same strategy, Hamilton finishes 9 seconds behind his teammate. I think this, yeah, is the best gap as ever, but there is still a lot of work to do. Because still not a bad quali, but Verstappen and Piastri couldn't do the lap for the yellow flag, so I think Piastri could have been P2, P3, and Verstappen would have surely be, also Piastri obviously, ahead of Lewis Hamilton, so his qualifying position P4, which is really good, which is pretty good. That could have been a P6, so it would have been a bit bad compared to his teammate, but we're going to talk about it later. He managed the race, nothing really could do more with that car, so it's okay. a bit lucky in the quality to not be passed again by these two drivers for that yellow flag. And then the rest he did what he could, manage the position, so bring still good points on for Ferrari. So alright, not very bad. 6.5 out of 10, not really bad from Hamilton. Charles Leclerc is my favorite driver, I admit it. So maybe my judgment is exaggerated or something like that. But he's doing some very good performances with this car. Beating again his teammate, destroying a bit his teammate again. Because okay, it's 9 seconds by the end of the race, which is not a lot. Yet to do lift and coast for the whole race, Charles Leclerc. But probably Lewis Hamilton as well. Because if he doesn't do so, can't really understand it. But what a qualifying it is, Charles Leclerc. P2, okay, 5 tenths behind the McLaren, but McLaren is a rocket ship. Still ahead of one of the McLarens because of the yellow flag. Can I say I'm not sure Piastri could have... I think Piastri would have been ahead of Charles Leclerc, but I'm not 100% sure, gonna be honest. Leclerc did a mega lap with that car, the maximum we could do probably. Beating again his teammate in the quali, beating again his teammate in the race. We are like 9-2 race results, no, 10-1 maybe, of race results. In favor of Charles Leclerc, in the favor of Charles Leclerc. So, yeah. Nothing really to say. For me, it's an 8 out of 10, Charles Leclerc. Maybe it's exaggerated, let me know down below in the comments, but he did a mega job. At the race start, not ideal, he lost a position. But, he knew that he could have won the race maybe at lap 1. Maybe, you know, at lap 1. Maybe at turn 1, maybe at turn 3. So he tried to pass Norris into turn 1. He would have been passed by Piastri in a few laps later, so nothing really would have changed, but he tried to take the P1 to try something, you know, to try and win also the race. Would have been very tough probably, even if the pace of the Ferrari wasn't so bad. P2 for Oscar Piastri, unlucky in the quali, yeah, and got the pace of Lando Norris, so bad. In the race, maybe was faster than Lando, but they were so close between each other. The race pace, to be honest, probably, yeah, Piastri was faster. So, can be compared. Alright, these two factors, qualifying and race. Bit of a favor to Oscar in the race, bit of a favor to Lando in the qualifying. Piastri did a good start past Leclerc, then tried to attack also Lando. He did some pretty good battles with Lando, but Lando was smarter. Then at the pit stop, yeah, he was like 6 seconds behind Lando, because he locked up a bit as well and lost a bit of time for the tire wear, etc. He did what he could after the quali. The quali, obviously, you are behind your teammate, and you would have been behind your teammate even if you concluded the lap. It's still not that bad from Oscar. 7.5 out of 10. He tried everything with the lap car as well in the last few laps, but didn't really work. Lando Norris, what a performance this weekend, I have to say. From Lando, starting from the quali, very strong pole position. He has always been very fast here, and he demonstrated this weekend. What a pole position, unbeatable, probably by his teammate as well. And then in the race, good start out of Leclerc, turn 1, which was pretty good thing. You know, he had to do that in order to win the race. Then he also battled with Piastri, and he stayed ahead of him, also battling. So pretty good behavior also of the battle. Very good, very smart. Good strategies, good race overall from Lando. Maybe a bit less of a pace from Oscar, but he still won. So 9 out of 10 for me. Stunning performance by Lando. Well done. So these were my ranks. We did a pretty long video, so sorry. I hope you enjoyed anyway. For all of you that are watching, maybe listening to this, better to listen to these videos rather than watching this, because I'm just me talking. I have lots of videos to do on the other channels. Follow me on Twitch not to miss any of my lives. We do F1 25, Le Mans Ultimate, and etc. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it's been a pleasure. Cheers.